This is Group 6 with the final project for advanced modeling and visualization.
For our project, we chose to work with the movie dataset. This dataset has information about movies that were released in 1929 and also upcoming movies that up until 2027. It has data types like numeric, date, text, and its attributes are title, US gross and worldwide gross, US DVD sales, production budget, MPAA rating, running time, distributor, director, creative type, source, major genre, and Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb ratings and votes. The research questions we wanted to cover are: what is the relationship between movie budget and profit? What movie sources have the longest runtimes? How do critical scores from popular sites like IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes compare across different movie sources? For the most common distributor, what is the most profitable MPAA rating? What is the most profitable month on average? And how has the amount of money people spend at the theater changed over time?
So throughout our whole project, we use multiple types of charts, including bar charts, line charts, and a tree map idiom. And this was built in Tableau Public to analyze the relationship between movie production, as well as budget and profitability. This idiom allows us to manage data complexity by grouping movies into $5 million budget bins, displaying along the x-axis, along with the y-axis representing the average worldwide gross. We created a calculated field to compute the profit, which was the worldwide gross minus the budget. And we also filtered out incomplete data to maintain accuracy. By touching on color coding, we use shaded green bars based on gross. We visually emphasize which budget categories perform best financially. This method offered a very clear view of patterns, showing while high budget films often yield massive returns, they also carry a greater risk. Surprisingly, many mid budget films prove to be the most consistent, profitable challenge that assumption that the bigger budget always means bigger profit. These idioms overall simply helped build a large dataset through binning, filtering, and visual encoding. To create visualization, we generated a bin from the project budget field, adding to the column shelf, and we used the sum of the worldwide gross in rows. We formatted axes in millions for the use of the title field as well as the detailed mark to retain movie labels. This idiom effectively answered our research question by enabling comparison across budget categories and visually highlighting profit trends. It demonstrated how visual design choices such as bar height and color can make very complex data easier to interpret and more impact for viewers.
So, with the visualization we had for the first question, which was the production budget versus worldwide gross generated, it was fairly simple to generate. We just create a production budget bin, which you can do by just right-clicking production budget and going to create and then bins. We chose to put that in the columns along with just a sum of worldwide gross in the rows, which automatically generated the production budget. The bars, as we can see here. We then filtered the production budget bin and worldwide gross for null values and values of just 0, which there were a significant portion. And once that was gone, we had it to where it was in the 5 million budget sections for the bin. To add the colors that show the gradient from 3 million to, or 0 million to 3,000 million or 3 billion, we just dragged the sum of worldwide gross onto the color mark, which automatically generated this, and then to have it so that every single movie showed up as its own little sections, we just dragged a title table onto detail. The way this helps us answer the questions is we can look at the movie budget in the different bins. So like, let's say the 30 million budget, and we can just hover over the bar, and as you move the mouse, you'll go across different movies that have a budget of 30 million, but have widely varying value that they generated in the worldwide gross. Like this movie Arachnophobia had the budget of 30 million, but its worldwide gross was only 53 million versus Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi had a budget of 30 million, but it generated 573 million total during its theater run. This just helps us answer the question by being able to look specifically at each movie and a budget bracket.